Coming up on this week's action-packed episode of Theme Park Worldwide the Show, I'm going to be talking about the 5 big announcements that came out last week on National Rollercoaster Day. That's right, so many big announcements over in the USA, and I'm going to be talking all about them here on the show. I'm Shawn Sanbrooke, and that means it's time to cue those titles. So yes, welcome to this week's episode of the show. It's a big one this week, so much to get through, but it's also been a very busy week for the channel with lots of brand new videos. We've had loads of brand new vlogs go online this week, one from Folly Farm, so make sure you check that out. We also had our brand new vlogs that went online from the Jurassic Golf that we went to. That was really good fun. The Chessington World of Adventures meet from last week, that's online. And most recently, our newest vlog from Paulton's Park. So make sure you check them out. All new vlogs online this week on the channel. Along with that, we had another brand new episode of Let's Play Planet Coaster, and have literally a few hours ago just come back from a trip to Great Yarmouth where we had a brilliant time, and there'll be 3 new vlogs to come on the channel this week. One from Joyland, one from Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, and another one from Pleasurewood Hills. We had a fantastic few days. I met up with Danny, a good friend of mine who's been in a few of the videos before, who lives down that way in the country, and yeah, we had a really good time, so make sure you check them videos out when they go online this week. Anyway, as I said, lots to get through, so let's get straight in with news off the rails. Now, National Rollercoaster Day is something that I look forward to more and more each year, and this year we kind of knew there was going to be some big announcements at theme parks in the USA, but I wasn't quite expecting 5 big new rides to be announced. Now, I'm going to go through all these different rides now and also show you a POV along with what I think these rides are going to be like. So yeah, let's kick straight in then. Let's go through these different rides. They're not in any particular order, but I am starting off with the one that I'm most looking forward to seeing finished. Other than that, they're not really in any particular order. So yes, the first new coaster that I'm going to talk about that was announced last week was Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. Oh, this looks amazing. It's an RMC, Rocky Mountain Construction, takeover of Mean Streak. Now, Mean Streak was a wooden roller coaster that opened at Cedar Point in 1991. It closed last year, and we knew that something was going to be happening. In fact, since the winter season, RMC have been on site doing lots of work. There's been photos of it happening, and this looks brilliant. What we didn't realise was it was going to be quite as big as what it is. It's actually the world's first hyper hybrid coaster. Now, as you know from steel coasters, a hyper coaster has got to be 200 foot or more, and here we go. Yeah, it's the world's first hyper hybrid, so yeah, interesting there. Lots of other sort of world firsts and records with this ride, which is quite interesting. But a few of the facts: it's 205 foot tall, it's got a 90-degree initial drop, so you're coming off there, you're going to get an amazing view, and then you're going down at 90 degrees from 205 foot. So that looks crazy. Now, this is the important part. Almost 30 seconds of airtime. There's like 27 point something seconds of airtime on this, which is more than any other roller coaster out there on Earth. I want to ride this thing so badly. It's also got 4 inversions, which is the most amount of inversions on a steel hybrid coaster. It's also going to reach a top speed of 74 miles per hour. It's going to have 3 trains with a throughput of 1200 an hour. That's good operations. I mean, Cedar Fair are quite good at operating things, so yeah, I look forward to seeing that. But yeah, this coaster looks absolutely epic. So there are all the facts and things behind it. But here we go. I'm going to show you it now. A full POV of Steel Vengeance opening next year at Cedar Point. God, doesn't that look incredible? I mean, it's a really long coaster as well. I can't wait to see this when it's complete. And like I said, I've been following the construction quite a bit, and I will be doing over this winter period as well. That is a must ride. I really want to get out there to Cedar Point next year and try and get on it, along with doing quite a few of the other parks out there in the States. So stay tuned for our 2018 trips, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to get out there next year. But yeah, in terms of how I think it's going to ride, I think the airtime is going to be incredible, and just the overall experience, the views you're going to get from it are going to be great. That 90-degree first drop, yeah, it looks stunning, it really does, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the POV there. I'm showing you POVs of all of these 5 new coasters, so like I say, quite a lot to get through in News Off the Rails. But yeah, in terms of RMC, they're a great manufacturer. I really enjoyed Twisted Colossus when I did that at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and I'm about to ride my second RMC coaster in a few weeks when I go and ride Wildfire at Kolmården in Sweden, coming up towards the end of September, so stay tuned for that. Another big exciting ride then that was announced was Time Traveller at Silver Dollar City. This is a Mack Ride spinning coaster, and it's quite funny actually. I was only speaking about this in last week's episode of the show, but this is a little bit more special than what I was expecting. I thought it could be a spinning coaster or maybe a dive coaster, a Mack prototype, but it's actually the world's tallest, fastest and steepest spinning coaster. You might be thinking, what the hell, if you've not seen this yet? But like I say, I'll show you a POV in a second's time, but it's 100 foot tall at the start with a 90-degree vertical drop straight out the station. Imagine being on the back row of a spinning train going down that vertical drop. That is going to be crazy. Obviously the car's all 360-degree spinning vehicles. It's also got 3 inversions. It's got a dive loop, a vertical loop and a 0G roll. How they're going to feel on a spinning coaster, I really don't know. I mean, it looks kind of like Dwervelwind over at Toverland. Again, I'll be back on that in a couple of weeks. And it'll be Charlotte's first visit to Toverland, so I can't wait. So stay tuned for the vlogs from our Europe trip. But yeah, it looks fantastic what they've done with this, and it's got 2 launches, LSM launches, both around 45 miles an hour. I think one was 45 and one was 47. So yeah, like standard really for these Mack launch coasters. With LSM launches, it's not like the Intamin cable launches where you really feel the acceleration. On these, it's more of a gradual build-up, because that's just how LSMs work. But yeah, this looks crazy. It's got a top speed of 50 miles per hour. Here we go. Here's a POV of Time Traveller opening next year at Silver Dollar City. This again looks absolutely incredible.
To Silver Dollar City, Spring 2018. Time Traveller.
Oh, it's another one that I want to get out there and ride so badly. I mean, it looks crazy, and like I say, that first drop, I can't imagine how that's going to feel on the back row on a spinning train. It's going to be amazing to ride it, and I'll get out there one day. Whether it'll be next year or not, I don't know. I mean, Silver Dollar City is quite a way out from a lot of the other parks that I really want to do in America, so it might be one to save for a return visit at some point. But yeah, who knows? I'll get on it one day, and I'm sure there'll be some people who watch the channel who'll get to ride it next year, so make sure you send in your review. Moving Moving on then to the third coaster that was announced last week on Rollercoaster Day, and that was Railblazer at California's Great America. Now this is one of them new style RMC coasters. I must say, so much RMC. We've got another one that I'm going to talk about in a minute. But yeah, these single rail coasters, it's a first of its kind coaster on the West Coast. There's a couple of these opening next year. It's 106 foot tall, it's got a 90-degree angled drop, and it's about 1800 foot of track on this as well. It's going to reach 52 miles per hour as a top speed, and it's got lots of steeply banked turns and 3 inversions as well. This looks like it's got some theming as well. I mean, Railblazer, I'm not too keen on the name. To be honest, I don't really like the names for a lot of these American coasters out there. But yeah, it looks interesting with the theme. It looks like there's going to be some rock work all the way around. You know me, if you've watched my Planet Coaster series, you'll know that I love all the rock work, and I think it really makes a ride, especially over in the States, the Cedar Fair parks and Six Flags parks and stuff. You don't really get a lot of theming. I know it's not really about that because they're more amusement parks, but with this it looks like there is going to be some theming on it. So yeah, it's at California's Great America, and here we go. I'll show you a POV of this one, Railblazer, the single rail coaster. After doing a bit of research, it seems that the trains, like I was concerned about throughput, not going to lie, with these only being like single trains, like with single rows. Apparently it's going to keep moving through the station, a bit like Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket does over at Universal Studios. It's going to be that kind of style, like the X cars, so that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, here we go. Here's a POV then of Railblazer opening next year, 2018, at California's Great America. Again, this looks quite good, so here's a little look at the POV. I'm still not quite sure on how these single rail coasters are going to feel. I mean, they're going to be quite smooth, I'd imagine, because instead of the coaster wheels sitting on 2 rails, it's only running on the 1. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they actually ride. I imagine they'll be a really smooth, enjoyable coaster. How they'll age, I'm not too sure, but I'm sure RMC themselves don't really know that either. I mean, until we've seen these in a few years' time, how are they going to age with time? But yeah, out of all of them, that's probably the one that I'm least looking forward to out of all these 5 coasters. But there we go. I thought I'd show you it. That was Railblazer, and we'll see how that is when that opens next year. Moving on then to the 4th coaster I'm going to talk about, another one from RMC. On this note, I just want to talk a little bit about how RMC and Mack Rides are the 2 manufacturers at the moment that I feel are really pushing the boundaries. You've got B&M that, as much as they produce amazing coasters and really good quality, they're not really pushing the boundaries at the moment. And you've got all these other manufacturers out there, especially RMC, and also Gerstlauer as well, they are. But yeah, it's, you know, they're really pushing the boundaries, and B&M are sort of sitting there. The last thing what they did was like the wing coaster. So yeah, I just hope B&M, you know, aren't just sitting there waiting for more orders. They need to be thinking about new developments and new concepts that they can bring to the theme parks. But anyway, yeah, it's another RMC. This is a takeover of another wooden roller coaster of Hurler at King's Dominion. The ride originally opened in 1994 and it closed in 2015, so yeah, 2 years ago. And now Twisted Timbers, which is this remake of that, will feature a 109-foot tall barrel roll, which looks very interesting. It's got a barrel roll drop, so it comes around, as you'll see from the POV, does a barrel roll into the drop, which looks cool. 3,351 foot of track. It'll reach a top speed of 54 miles per hour. It's also got 2 inversions, and I love the sound of this, viewers. It's 20 airtime hills, so that's going to be crazy. You'll see from the POV the amount of airtime, especially on the back of the train. This thing's going to fly around. Now again, it looks like another great ride, one that I want to get on at some point. But yeah, looking at the POV to this, it looks very well paced, and the airtime does look incredible in lots of locations. So without further ado, here's a little look at Twisted Timbers opening in 2018 at King's Dominion. So the final new coaster I'm going to talk about, the fifth one that was announced on National Rollercoaster Day, it was Hang Time at Knott's Berry Farm. Now Knott's Berry Farm's another one that's owned by Cedar Fair. It's got a lot of history to it, that park, and I'll be honest, when I first visited there in 2015, I didn't realise how rich the history was behind it, and since visiting I've researched it a lot, and it's a park that I want to get back to, and definitely will do at some point. Now this one is a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster that's been announced. It's actually the first dive coaster on the west coast. Technically dive coasters, I see them as B&Ms, but that's how they're branding it. They're saying it's the first dive coaster. Me personally, I brand it as a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster. But yeah, it's 150 foot tall. It's got a 96-degree drop, the steepest drop in California. That's an interesting fact for you. 2,198 foot of track, 5 inversions on this one, and Hang Time will be the only second roller coaster in the Western Hemisphere to feature a negative G stall loop. Another fascinating fact there for you from the press release, which gives riders the sensation of floating. So that's going to be really interesting to see. It looks like there's a few airtime moments on here, and throughout them 5 inversions, it looks good. I mean, some of these newer Gerstlauers are really enjoyable. I'm not a fan of the standard Eurofighter model. Well, I'm not really a big fan of Smiler, because that's an Infinity coaster, Alton Towers. But yeah, let's see what happens with this one. Like I say, again, I'm not massively excited for this one. When you look at the other rides that have been announced, this and the single rail coaster are the ones that are a bit more like, but yeah, still, it looks good for the park. Knott's Berry Farm removed Boomerang earlier this year, so we knew that something was coming. There was a lot of rumours about them actually getting a Gerstlauer. I read quite a lot of the theme park forums, and a lot of people had a tip-off that Gerstlauer were coming in to do something. So yeah, it's nice. I mean, you don't really see Gerstlauer going over to America. They normally do a lot of stuff in the UK or around Europe. So yeah, this would be really interesting to see for them. But yeah, let's have a little look at a POV. The final POV I'm going to show you. God, it's been an action-packed news off the rails, hasn't it? Here we go then. It's Hang Time at Knott's Berry Farm. So there we go, 5 awesome new roller coasters opening at theme parks in America in 2018. So much there. Hopefully I'll get on at least a couple of them next year. Who knows, we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, if I don't get to ride them, I'm sure there'll be quite a lot of you that do. So make sure you send in your reviews next year. And also, if you live close to the parks, maybe you've got some construction updates, keep them coming in and we'll share them here on Theme Park Worldwide, the show. Moving on then, it's now time for a bit of a different one this week in Name That Coaster.
You're like a roller coaster, move and shake me side to side. Yes, then I know, but I'm making you ride like a roller coaster.
Now, there was a lot of people that got this one right last week. It was a family coaster in the UK, located at, drumroll, hey, Legoland Windsor. It was the Dragon, and yeah, literally you can tell by the noise of the wheels. As soon as you come out of the station, you go through the indoor section throughout the castle. It's actually really nicely themed in there, but the wheels on the actual coaster, like the drive tires, what's pushing it around, oh my god, they make an absolute racket. And I think that's what gave it away in the POV. Now, I did say that I was going to do a dark ride for next week, and I'm going to stand by that. Even though the section's still called Name That Coaster at the moment, we're going to go for it. So this week it is a dark ride, a British dark ride that has recently had a little bit of work done to it. Ooh, interesting one for you. So here we go. It's time for this week's Name That Dark Ride. Stop the Clip. So yeah, it's a new dark ride, well, a revamped dark ride should I say, recently opened here in the UK, so get commenting down below, and maybe next week we'll go for another dark ride or a water ride, or who knows, maybe another coaster again. But yeah, comment below, let's see how you get on with this one. It's Name That Dark Ride here on Theme Park Worldwide, the show.
Questions, questions, questions everywhere.
Next up then, it is question time, and the first one this week has been sent in from Hayden. So hi Hayden, and thanks for sending in your question. He has asked, if you could choose what roller coaster Secret Weapon 9 could be at Alton Towers, what would be my choice? That's a really interesting one. I mean, I really enjoy the variety of roller coasters at Alton Towers, but I'd like to see him do something a little bit different and actually go with a water coaster from Mack Rides, whether it was something like Poseidon at Europa Park or Atlantica Super Splash, something along those lines, maybe up in the Cloud Cuckoo Land themed area of the park. I just think that we've got a good lineup of coasters at Alton Towers. Let's get a water coaster in there, and especially with the flume being taken out. So yeah, thank you very much for your question. Next one then has come from Jack, who has asked, what do I think the world's first or unique part of Secret Weapon 8 is? I actually think that with the recent announcement, they're saying that it's going to be like a world-class experience, not a world first. I don't think there's actually going to be any world first or unique element to it. I just think it's going to be a really good, highly themed family wooden roller coaster. That's kind of what I'm hoping for as well. I mean, we all know that Alton Towers like the gimmicks, and they have done over the years, like the world's first 14 looping coaster and VR coaster and all this, but I just want a good, firm, solid ride at the park. That's all I ask for, a really nice, well-themed experience that will last for years and you can look at and think, you know what, that's a really good, firm coaster at the park. So there we go, thanks for your question. Final one's been sent in from Phoenix, who has asked, if I could bring any ride I've built in Planet Coaster, well it's a good one, to life, what would it be and where would I put it? I built some really nice rides in Planet Coaster. My coaster building is not amazing, but I really do like the wing coaster that I did. It's a launched wing coaster in a pirate themed area, and check out the Planet Coaster series if you've not seen it. But yeah, I'd love to bring that to life and put it inside a park. Where would I like to see it? Maybe at Flamingo Land. A big pirate themed area would work well there. Maybe on the side of the old corkscrew, and with the rapids running underneath it as well. It's a really nice ride that I built, and yeah, the overall theme of it and that, I love it. So yeah, I'd definitely go for that wing coaster. Thank you very much for all your questions. Keep them coming in. All you need to do is send them in via Instagram as a private message or on the Theme Park Worldwide Facebook page. Now, as you all know, I love theme park mugs, if you haven't guessed already, by all the ones on the shelf and surrounding here at the world of theme parks. But yeah, I've got a new mug to share with you this week. Some of you might have seen it before. I did post it on our Facebook and Twitter pages a while back. But here it is. It's the Valhalla mug from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Finally, Blackpool have realised that Valhalla deserved a proper mug. And we've not just got some tiny little mug, it's a proper tankard. Let me show you it next to like this other little mug here. There we are, that's how big it is. That's my Legoland mug. That's quite nice, got my name on. But yeah, that just shows how big this mug actually is. Nearly dropped that then. But yeah, look at that Valhalla. Absolutely love that. Ride the adventure. That's a really nice tankard mug. It's available right now in the gift shop. Kiss Me Quick, just underneath the flying machines. Not literally. Underneath the flying machines at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So yeah, get hold of that. Brand new Valhalla tankard at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. That is absolutely gorgeous. It really has been an action-packed episode of the show this week, with them 5 new coasters opening in the USA. And make sure you stay tuned this week for some brand new vlogs here on the channel, and of course another update on Secret Weapon 8, our very own wooden roller coaster at Alton Towers. As we always end the show then, it is time for TPW Showcase. If you have got any items you want to appear, all you need to do is send them in over Instagram or via private message on the Theme Park Worldwide Facebook page. Here we go then, let's start off then with the first photo that's been sent in by Charlotte, who's got a photo there with me, so thanks for sending that one in. We then got Aidan, who also had a photo there with me. Great to meet you. Callum up next with an Apocalypse on-ride photo. Moving on then, we've got Charlie with a Scenic Railway on-ride photo. Thanks for sharing those, guys. Moving on, we've got I Am Moggs with a big one on-ride photo. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Very interesting name there. Next up, we've got Wesley with a Dino Chase on-ride photo. Loving the Dino Chase. Ellie is up next with a Stealth on-ride photo, so thanks for sharing that. I do love Stealth, good launch. We've then got Megan who had a photo with me. Oh, it was lovely to meet you, Megan. Then got Mathis with a Chappis on-ride photo. I absolutely love Chapas, a really good ride. I can't wait to get back on it. Very soon. Next up, we've got Edward with a Wallace and Gromit on-ride photo, so thanks for sending that one in from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Then got Jack with the Symbolica on-ride photo, again on that in a couple of weeks, can't wait to finally ride Symbolica. We then got Sarah who had a photo there with me, so thanks for sharing that one. Next up then we got Cara who also had a photo there with me, it was really nice to meet you both. Moving on, we've got George with a Nemesis on-ride photo. You gotta love Nemesis, Simply the Beast since 1994. Moving on then, we've got Charlotte with a TPW lanyard. So thank you very much for sending in that one. Moving on then, we've then got Aaron, who's got a Nemesis resin. So thanks for sharing that one there, Aaron. We've then got Corbin with a Saw resin. So thank you very much for sending that to the show. Finally then we've got Jason with a selection of Bubbleworks merchandise, and look at all that atmospheric lighting, really nice. It's better than the lighting I've got in here, a lot better. There we go. We've also got lots of birthdays, so a big happy birthday to all of these people from all of us here at Theme Park Worldwide. We've got Jake, we've got Josh, we've got Paul and also Ruben. Happy birthday to all of you. Thank you very much for watching this week's episode of Theme Park Worldwide, the show. Like I say, we'll have 4 new vlogs to come online this week. Joyland, Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, Pleasurewood Hills, and of course an update from Secret Weapon 8 at Alton Towers. I'm Shawn Sanbrooke. Thank you very much for watching Theme Park Worldwide, the show. And that means it's time to cue those credits. Bye guys, have a really good week.